Welcome back. I'm Chris with CTT. I'm so glad you guys could join us for another episode of Supercross 2022. And make sure you stick with me till the end of this video because I've got some amazing predictions that you'll definitely want to see. Don't forget to give me a like and share this video. Make sure you're subscribed and have the notification bell turned on. That way you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded. A huge shout out for everyone that commented on my last video, the Supercross Top 10. If you haven't seen this video, make sure you check it out. Now with that being said, let's get into it. There's been a lot of news going through the motocross industry right now as everyone scrambles to be dialed in for the gate drop at Anaheim this January 8th. After some exciting racing action in Paris this past month, a dominating performance from Marv marginally due to the lack of competition and an overwatered track, in my opinion. This led to some spectacular crashes and some very injured riders. This begs the question, is the Paris Supercross worth the risk? Is it just too much hype and is it too much racing for the already cram-packed schedule? Please leave me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. Starting off with Team HRC Honda. Honda is going through some major staffing changes with their race team, with the promotion of Lars Lindstrom as race team manager as Eric Kehoe announces his retirement. In 2022, Honda HRC will have a 4-rider team. Ken Roczen and Chase Sexton will lead the group in the 450 class, as well as the superstar Jett Lawrence and his brother Hunter Lawrence will head up the 250 class respectively. Roczen enters the last year of his current contract, a 3-year deal signed in 2019. How much longer does Ken Roczen plan to race? That is a question the Red Riders are grappling with right now, and we anticipate this will be a major issue next year. Ken's Fox racing kit and Red Bull painted helmet will remain intact for 2022. As for Chase Sexton, it doesn't look like much has changed. Outside the mechanics, Sexton has 2 years left on his initial agreement with Team HRC Honda. The contract runs through 2023. He will continue to wear Alpine Stars equipment and wear 100% goggles, as well as Monster Energy logos. The defending 250 champion Jett Lawrence has a few years left on his current term, which should be enough time to see him through the small bore ranks. But ideas and timelines for an eventual move to the 450 class are already being discussed. Endorsement deals with Alpine Stars, 100% and Red Bull will remain in effect as well. Hunter Lawrence ties to Honda are solid as well, so don't expect to see him on anything else soon. A handful of race wins and overall championship rankings got the older brother some much needed recognition with the 250 class and sponsorship from Red Bull. Both Lawrence brothers will be aboard the latest version of the Honda CRF 250R. The Red Bull KTM organization has undergone several changes. 3 of the riders have returned to the team, and Ian Harrison and the legendary Roger DeCoster will continue as the race team managers. The newest addition to the KTM roster is the former star Yamaha rider Aaron Plessinger, who will no doubt bring a different atmosphere to the team. Plus, Aaron will be added to the roster at the Alden Baker's training facility.
So if I had a choice of a rider having a long career, no real chance of burnout, or a shorter career, winning championships, and then retiring early, to me it's not even debatable. It's winning championships.
In addition, KTM has also developed a new KTM 450 SXF. After a successful 2019, Cooper Webb renegotiated his contract, which runs through 2022. After leaving Alden Baker entirely, the defending 450 Supercross champion has hired Michael Byrne to serve as his riding coach at the 83 compound in Florida. Webb will stay in his usual Bell 100% Thor Alpine Stars setup. 2022 is widely expected to be the end of the road for Marvin Musquin and his career in the United States, which has spanned for more than 10 years. Musquin will be spending much of his off-season race season in Southern California due to his reduced schedule, and has re-enlisted the services of the French MX icon David Villemin as his trainer and coach. Musquin will keep his Aero 100% Thor Alpine Stars gear for 2022. There's no doubt about it. Plessinger will ride a KTM 450 SXF in 2022 and 2023. As part of the deal, he will be trained full-time by Alden Baker through the Baker's Factory, while he splits his time between KTM's California testing facility and a private practice track in Florida. His personal endorsements will keep him wearing Alpine Stars, Thor MX, and 100%. In addition, Jay Dungy will act as his race wrench as Jay Dungy returns to Red Bull KTM. Max Volan returns for year 2 of a 3-year agreement at Red Bull KTM, a sign of the team's belief for 2021, the 250 MX Rookie of the Year, and will join the Baker's Factory for practice and training. Fox Racing recently signed Volan to wear their gear, boots, and helmet with goggles from Scott Sports. Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Racing's program has added the super talented Malcolm Stewart to fill the void left by Jason Anderson. And for those who watched my last video, I completely spaced Malcolm Stewart out on my top 10 list, which I would definitely include him in the top 10. Just not sure who I'd knock off my list yet. Any suggestions, please leave me a comment down below. Rockstar Energy will remain as the title sponsor for the Husqvarna team only in the United States. As all 3 250 riders are confirmed, a complex back injury has forced Osborne into retirement. The recent setback forced him to end his career earlier than he had planned. Although he had progressed with the problem and was previously committed to racing, he openly stated that if things had worked out in 2022, this would have been his last season of racing. This decision means that Husqvarna will field only 2 riders in the 450 class. The decision to renew Wilson's contract last summer was due part to his determination to keep the white bike on the track despite his struggles with Epstein-Barr. Wilson will keep longtime supporters O'Neill, 100%, and Alpine Star. Malcolm Stewart has signed a 2-year agreement with a factory team in the 450 class. As for the first time in his career, Mookie will race an entire Supercross and Motocross series each season and following Alden Baker's training program. Will Malcolm Stewart have what it takes to stick to Alden's training program? What do you guys think? Please leave me a comment down below. Hampshire was one of the fastest riders in the 250 class in 2021, but crashes and inconsistency caused Husqvarna to balk at his contract extension. Hampshire's midsummer surge earned him a multi-year deal and convinced the OEM to continue considering him for future places in the 450 class. He will do most of his program at the Baker's Factory in Florida. After a streak of good finishes, a win at High Point, and steady progress, Swole has earned a 2-year contract. Swole will ride at the Baker's Factory and will be able to spend time with his lifelong friend, Malcolm Stewart. Styles Robinson had an injury-filled rookie year that prevented him from showing his full potential. Nevertheless, he retained his spot at the factory squad for 2022 and has begun the preseason preparations in Southern California. The same sponsors will outfit all 3 riders in the Husky 250 class program: Fly Racing, Scott Goggles, and Garnet Boots. Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha will have both the biggest and arguably the most accomplished roster of any in the pit area, with 3 defending titleists and 2-time multi-champions who will be aboard their YZF race bikes. Over the offseason, the team staff underwent significant changes, including a cross-country move to Florida, the construction of new headquarters at the Goat Farm, and other internal changes. The addition of Tomac is by far the most important of the signing season, a move that will increase ET's input in the bike's setup and could set off the next part of his career. We hear this new contract is a 1-year agreement with the option for an extension if things go well. Tomac will remain in Colorado for much of the off-season, but will travel to Florida and California to test with the team when necessary and keep sponsors Alpine Star, Bell, Oakley, and PPG. It seems that Ferrandis will stay at Star Racing until 2022. Given his recent investments in the program, including a move to Florida, the 450 MX champion will keep many things the same, including a training program led by David Villeman, deals with Bell, Thor, 100%, and Alpine Stars. Although early reports of an expanded team, the Gas squad in 2022 will consist of one 450 class competitor and two 250 class riders. They will all wear Troy Lee designed helmets and gear with Oakley goggles and Alpine Star boots. Justin Barsha signed a 2-year contract with Gas, which will expire at the end of 2022, but he's already expressed interest in re-signing and racing a few more seasons. Barsha has expanded his training program with Will Hahn and currently resides in Southern California full-time. Moseman's 2021 season was notable for his strong finishes but lack of participation in many events. Moseman was awarded a 2-year contract after establishing a strong relationship with KTM and quickly adapting to the TLD team. Pierce Brown's 2021 season was filled with more lows than highs, but some solid finishes and his ability to show the team that he has the speed. Brown was re-signed by the factory Gas team for 2022. With KTM and Husqvarna coming out with their new factory edition 450, we would expect to see a factory edition Gas 450. But no, that's not the case. As for now, Gas will run the newest version of the MC 450F with little to no changes. As always, Monster Energy Kawasaki will have 2 riders on the track for 2022. The new hire of Jason Anderson and of course AC. Almost from day one, Adam has been leading the team Monster Energy Kawasaki. This has been a process that dates back to his 65cc racing days with Team Green.
I'm at Ricky Carmichael's having a blast, busting out some Supercross triples and railing some sand berms on the motocross.
Currently, AC plans to spend most of his off-season in Southern California with the team and riding coach Nick Way. Fox Racing will continue to have his head-to-toe contract for 2022, and Kawasaki has 3 years remaining on AC's multi-year contract, and talks of re-signing are expected to intensify soon. Anderson's move to Kawasaki is a tremendous change. A 2-year agreement with Anderson could rejuvenate his career, placing him on top of an aluminum frame bike for the first time in his professional career. Anderson will keep his sponsors Alpine Star, Aero, and Sky.
Yeah, you got barrels. It's a great sport. Like, we're lucky. If you went to car racing and you came back, you'd realize, God, this is pretty sick. I think it's important if you want to make it that you work hard. You know, like, yeah, you get to run the #1 plate, but like, they take it away in December. Like, you're nothing.
Kawasaki's 250 class efforts will be run by Mitch Payton's Pro Circuit team for the 29th consecutive year. Although the late arrival of the bikes hindered their efforts last year, they have now ample time to optimize their performance and handling. Shimoda's performance through 2021 secured him a multi-year deal with Kawasaki. Austin Forkner enters his last year with his current contract with Kawasaki. 2022 is a decisive year as he hopes to land that 450 contract for next year. It was a mixed bag of highs and lows for Seth Haymaker's rookie year, but thanks to a multi-year contract, he'll stay at PC for another year. Cameron McAdoo will remain aboard the PC 250 and work closely with AC and his riding coach Nick Way throughout the offseason. It's expected that Suzuki's team will receive more support. Twisted Tea has developed a deal with HEP and is exploring options with the first Supercross and Motocross series. The RMZ 450 will be developed by Noling, who made so many fast Yamahas back in the day. The only problem with this is Suzuki is way out of date, and you just can't put lipstick on a pig. All kidding aside, Suzuki does have a great bike, only if we were racing 10 years ago. Suzuki's car market, or lack thereof, has crippled the company. I really hope they put some time and effort into their bikes. It would be a sad day to see a major manufacturer such as Suzuki go away. What do you guys think? Brandon Hartraff established himself as a top 15 finisher in motocross and signed with Suzuki team for 2022. Also, Adam Icknap, a fan favorite, will remain in his position for another year. Also, the inclusion of Bogle in the team will benefit both parties. He has experience with Suzuki bikes, which will help the team set up, while HEP's program allows him to train in Florida and do what he wants. The team has endured 2 tough years, but they are continuing forward with a 3-rider roster. Rocky Mountain ATV MC and WPS remain as the title sponsors, and they will receive support from KTM, but they've turned to the research engineering performance for their suspension needs. McElrath missed practically all of his rookie season in the 450 class due to a back injury, but he landed a full-time ride for 2022 due to his potential and support from within the industry. Having worked with PLD KTM for the last 2 years as a 250 class rider, McElrath will be riding Austrian equipment for the second time. Max Anstey's time in the US continues with a new contract and a move to Florida for training at the 83 compound. Savacci will ride the same 450 class bike for the first time in his career. Fly Racing has increased its presence on the riders and will be handling the team's goggle needs. Smart Top Bullfrog Spa's Moto Concepts Honda. The team has scaled back a bit for 2022 with 1 full-time 450 class rider and 2 additional riders who will split their times between the 450 Supercross and the 250 Supercross. Thanks to securing their share on the new Honda CRF 250R, the team has ample time to develop baseline settings. In 2022, Justin Brayton will compete in the 450 class one last time as a part of a Supercross-only deal. Justin Brayton has also expressed interest in competing in certain races overseas in the future should the opportunity arise. During one region of the series, Vince Freezy will compete in the 250 class, then move up to the 450 class on the other side of the country. The same goes for Mitchell Oldenburg, who moved to the MCR team after 2 years with Muck-Off Honda Racing. What do you guys think of this cheap shot by Caroli at Paris Supercross? Thanks so much for staying to the end of this video. Okay, here we go. This is my top 10 West Coast 250 Supercross rider predictions as the roster stands. And remember, some of the top riders could change from West to East Coast at the last minute. Right now, these are only provisional entries, and it's a team's tactic, especially in the 250 class. Just because you don't hear a rider's name mentioned doesn't mean that they might show up at A1. The AMA refreshes the list daily as we get closer to A1, so take my picks with a grain of salt, as these are the riders that are entered for this coming weekend's race at Anaheim. Starting off at number 10, Garrett Marchbanks will be part of the Club MX crew for years to come, thanks to an extended deal the 2 parties inked in 2021. He will compete in the 250 class full time. Number 9, Nate Thrasher. Nate Thrasher made his Monster Energy Supercross debut last season. He turned a lot of heads as he scored 2 convincing 250 Supercross wins on a very physical, demanding track at the Atlanta Motor Speedway triple header, and ultimately ended the season in 7th. Unfortunately, he was sidelined during the outdoor season, but the young Tennessee rider is ready to return and looks to build on his impressive rookie year. Number 8, Seth Maher. Seth came onto the professional stage with a force by claiming the Monster Energy 250 Supercross win in Arlington, Texas, along with 2 additional podium finishes, on his way to earning the 2021 Monster Energy Supercross Rookie of the Year award. Number 7, Christian Craig. Craig will continue to split his time between the 250 indoors and the 450 outdoors with Star Racing Yamaha in 2022. He's currently the only factory support rider to have this sort of deal. Craig is one of 3 riders in the team's 250 class program who hopes his 2022 results will land him a full-time 450 class position with a factory team in 2023. Number 6, Austin Forkner. Forkner enters his last term of his current contract with Kawasaki. This is a decisive year regarding his future of their working relationship and Forkner's chances of a factory ride with Kawasaki in the 450 class. Number 5, Colt Nichols. Defending 250 Supercross East Coast champion, Colt Nichols will continue his tenure with Star Racing Yamaha in 2022 and is one of 3 riders in the team's 250 class program who hopes his 2022 results will also land him a 450 class position with a factory team in 2023. A few key things have changed for Nichols in the offseason. He has hired David Villeman to serve as a riding coach. Number 4, Michael Moseman. Moseman's 2021 season was noted for its good finishes but missed races, a well-established relationship with KTM, and a quick adaptation to the TLD team earned Moseman a 2-year contract extension. Number 2, Jalik Sweeney. Swole was rewarded with a 2-year contract for his steady progress, good finishes, and a surprise win at High Point. Swole will ride at the Baker's factory and will be able to spend time with his lifelong friend, Malcolm Stewart.
Jalik Sweeney comes out on top. Let's hear it for him.
Just got done with the open pro sport and decent start, and had to work my way up and came away with the win.
And finally, the number 1 pick, Jett Lawrence. Get used to Jett Lawrence on Honda equipment. The defending 250 MX champion has a few years left in his current term, which should be enough time to see him through the small bore ranks, but ideas and timelines for an eventual move to the 450 class are already being discussed. Endorsement deals with Alpine Star 100% and Red Bull will remain in effect too. Look out for the Donut Man. Well, there you have it. My top 10 predictions for the West Coast 250 Supercross for 2022. What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Definitely comment if you see the picks going a different way. And make sure to share this video, give me a like, and thanks so much for watching. I'm Chris with CTT, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.